Just do it, even if you don't feel confident. Hey, I'm Tanya, and I'm here to remind you that you are enough and you have what it takes to create a life you love and become who God created you to be. So let's get right into today's video, which is all about being confident, even if you're not prepared, even if you don't think that you are ready. Just do the thing. Because here's the thing, if you're anything like me, you will keep putting things off until you feel like you're ready. And if you're anything like me, you'll never feel like you're ready. So even if you don't feel like you're ready, just do it anyway. Because the confidence comes when you do, when you take action. Because when you take action, you then prove to yourself that you can depend on yourself. You can count on yourself to get things done. It doesn't matter if it's hard, if it's something you've never done before. It makes you trust yourself. And then guess what? When you pull this thing off that you didn't believe that you could do and that you didn't believe that you were ready for, you feel better about yourself. You feel good. You feel like you can conquer the world. You say, hey, wait a minute. I can't believe I pulled this off. Maybe I'll go and do something else that I am not used to doing. So just do the thing, even if you don't feel confident, even if you don't feel ready. Just like the Bible tells us that faith comes by hearing the word of God. Well, confidence comes by doing. The more you do those things that you are unsure of, the more you do those things that you are doubtful that you can pull off, the more confident you become. Because you then realize that you have this uh, inner power within you. You have this capacity to learn new things. Often we don't give ourselves enough credit on what we can do and what we can learn because we've never done it before. Or maybe you've tried something and you fell on your face, and so you say, I'm not going to do anything else different. But the more you do things that you are afraid of, the more confident you become. So it's important that you do. And here's another thing. It's important that you take care of yourself. It's important that you practice not looking like you feel. Say if you feel incompetent, say if you are a little depressed and you are feeling a little unsure of yourself and you're feeling some insecurity. So say you're feeling some insecurity, but it's important that we walk the walk. It's important, people say fake it till you make it. Well, I say it's important that we don't look the way we feel. Just because you feel bad and you feel doubtful, it doesn't mean that we need to walk around with our head down and sit around and not do the things that we know that we need to do. So make it a point to look good, because when you look good, you feel good. And when you feel good, you feel that you can do anything. And then here's the thing with waiting until you feel like you are ready. Sometimes our feelings lie to us. Now, I'm not saying to ignore your intuition or your instincts. I'm not saying that at all. But what I'm saying is that when you know it's some things that you need to do, when you know it's some things that you want to accomplish, don't allow your feelings to get in the way. Tell your feelings to move over to the side, and I'm going to do this thing. You have to talk to your feelings. Don't let your feelings rule your life. I used to be a person that if I didn't feel like doing something, even though I knew I needed to do it, if I didn't feel like doing it, I wouldn't do it. If I didn't feel like going somewhere, I wouldn't go, even though I needed to go and get some things done. So we got to learn to not allow our feelings to dictate every single move that we make in our life. Because just because you don't feel ready, it doesn't mean that you're not ready. And hey, so what? Even if you're not ready, you can get ready in the process. You can become ready in the process. You can become competent in the process. So give yourself a chance. Don't allow yourself to back out of things because you don't feel ready. Think about all the things that you would not have accomplished if you went off of the notion that you don't feel ready, or I don't feel like going to this job, or I don't feel like starting this side hustle. Perhaps when you started the job, you didn't know how it was going to work out. You didn't know how you were going to feel, but you started that job anyway. Why? Because you needed the job. And so when you got to the job, it turns out that it works out well for you. Not saying that, oh, well, I'm just going to stay here forever. Now, that's your choice if that's what you want to do. But initially, you didn't believe that you would like the job. But if you had sat at home and not went on the interview, not started the job because you didn't feel like it, then hey, perhaps your bills would have gotten further behind and you wouldn't be where you are today. So think about all of those things that you have done even when you don't feel like it. Now, I know for a fact if you have children, it's a lot of times you may just want to go home and plop down on the couch and watch TV. But if you got children and they have somewhere to be, they got some activities they have to go and do, you got to get up and you got to go and take them where you need to take them, right? So think about that, because often we'll do more for other people than we will do for ourselves. So if that's what it takes, if you have to perform this mind hack on yourself to pretend as if though you're doing it for somebody else, whatever it takes, but get yourself out of the habit of not doing things because you don't feel ready. You never know how ready you are until you do it. And then try working on building rapport with yourself. It's just like when you just meet people. They don't know you. So if they don't know you, they don't trust you. So build some rapport with yourself. Start telling yourself that I'm going to do what it takes, even if I don't feel like it, even if I don't feel confident, even if I don't feel ready. And every time you follow through on that, then you begin to trust yourself a little bit more, a little bit more. And the more you trust yourself, the more confident you feel in getting things done, the more confident you feel in delivering on what you need to deliver for yourself. Make no mistake about it, there's always going to be a time when you feel less competent or you have an insecurity issue. It's going to come up. I'm not saying that you're going to be able to just completely annihilate feeling incompetent, because it's human nature for us to feel a little afraid and to feel a little incompetent when we are trying new things, especially if you have to try new things out in the open. You have to live your life out loud, and other people can see you making mistakes and all of the things. That's always going to be there. Because if you want to grow, now that's the thing, because if you don't want to grow, you can just stay stagnant in where you are and remain complacent. But if you want to grow in your life, you're going to have to get out of the habit of putting things off because you don't feel ready. That's the difference between successful people and the not so successful people. And what I mean by successful people, the people who are living life on their own terms, the people who get a chance to go and do what they want to do, they have the life that they want, whatever that life looks like. That's the difference between those people and the people that do not have their life the way they want it. The person who are living life on their own terms, they've had to do some things before they felt ready, before they had everything figured out. And just like I had mentioned faith earlier, that faith comes by hearing, there's this Martin Luther King Jr. quote that says, faith is taking the first step, even when you don't see the whole staircase. So faith is taking steps, even when you don't see the whole staircase. Confidence is about taking that first step, even when you don't see the whole staircase. So we got to be able to take a chance on ourselves, even if we don't know what we're doing, and have the confidence to know that even if I don't know what I'm doing, I can figure it out along the way. What's wrong with that? What's wrong with figuring it out along the way? There's a lot of things. If you want to be successful, if you want to take your life to the next level, if you want to if you want to take your life to a different level of success, a higher level of success. It's going to require getting out of your comfort zone. And often getting out of your comfort zone is going to entail doing things that you don't know how to do. It's going to include being able to execute even if you don't know what you're doing, and having the confidence to know that I can figure this out and I can get it done, because we're all successful in our own way, in our own right. If you woke up this morning, consider yourself a success because God smiled on you and you are here among the land of the living. But if you want to take your life to a higher level of success, a different level of success, you got to get in the habit of pushing through even when you don't feel ready, even when you don't feel confident. Have faith in yourself. Have faith that you can get it done. Have faith that you have what it takes, because you do have what it takes. And you can be that person that you want to be, and you can accomplish what it is that you want to accomplish. So have faith in yourself. Even if you don't have confidence in your ability, even if you are feeling incompetent, you are feeling insecure in any way, have the confidence to know that you can figure it out. So in knowing that, just do it before you feel confident.